Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Brothers channel, and today I'm going to be doing a comparison between the KD12 and the KD13. So as far as the price goes, they're the exact same price for, I guess, GR or general release. The KD12 it was going for 150 bucks, but I believe it's on sale for like 120, 110 bucks, which is dope. And then the KD13, well, this colorway is going for 160 bucks because it's kind of more like a limited. It's not limited, I don't really know what to call it, but then it's $10 more than the other general release colorways like the black and white colorway, which is going for 150 bucks. They're using pretty much the same exact cushioning setup. It looks kind of similar, you know, the mid cut is kind of the same and stuff like that. So we're just going to be doing an initial comparison, and let's get it started off with the traction. So we already know the story of the KD12. I mean, most of the colorways were translucent, which sucked because the translucent outsole, I have this colorway. I had the first colorway that came out, which was also translucent, and it was just a dust magnet. And if there was dust present, it would slide like crazy and it would be kind of dangerous. But a lot of you guys said the solid rubber outsole was really nice, like the KD12 YouTube colorway. But that was literally the only solid rubber colorway that I found, or that I saw. So the KD12, not very nice on dust. Incredible on a clean court though, and durability was not good. So these like line nub things move around pretty easily, and a lot of these nubs are fraying and kind of ripping off for me. So that's the story of the KD12. The KD13, they switched up the pattern to some circles, just like in the PG3s. And the rubber seems a lot harder. It might fray a little bit, we'll have to see, but a lot of the circles are like cut off here around the perimeter where the high wear areas are. So that's good, and it just seems overall a lot more durable. I feel like the KD13 is going to be better, and not only because this is a solid rubber outsole, but then just testing it out, well, testing both of these shoes out on my wood floors, the KD13 seemed to be a lot better. So I'm very excited and very happy about that, because that was the only thing about the KD12 that I didn't like. And if it had insane traction like the PG3, this would have been in like my top 2, top 3 performers list, but it wasn't because of the traction. As far as the outsole curvature goes, so the KD12 is a little bit more prominent. So as you guys can see on the medial side, the rubber does come up a lot more, but the shape is quite similar. So the KD12, you have a nice curved shape so that you have this rocking motion on the ball of your foot. So if you're doing a lot of crossover, it helps to get more grip like this. The KD13 has like this very nice curved shape as well, so you can go on the ball of your foot easily, but the rubber doesn't go up as much. So I don't know, we'll have to see when I play in it if I slide out a little bit, because there is less rubber coming up on the medial side. But that's just speculation right now. They're both super nice. I love that they added that. So shout out to Leo Chain for that. As far as the heel to toe transition goes, they're both pretty much the same. You know, a nice curved shape here in the heel as well as in the forefoot. Look at that. So you have this nice rocking motion when you're, you know, jogging or walking around. There is absolutely no heel compression from the midsole. They're heavily caged, so it feels a little clunky, you know, for both of the shoes. They're both flexible in the forefoot thanks to the articulated zoom strobel, so that helps to give the flexibility in the midsole. So heel to toe transition is pretty much the same. Alright, moving on to the cushioning. It feels exactly the same. You know, I mean, they're both using the full-length zoom strobel, which feels incredible. You can feel the zoom right underneath your foot. The insole that they're using is different though. The KD12, it feels like a foam. It's a little bit easier to feel the zoom underneath your foot. I'm not saying the KD13 is hard to feel the zoom, because you can still definitely feel the zoom right underneath your foot in 13s, but it's just like this really crappy plastic styrofoam insole that they're using in the KD13, and it doesn't feel nice. It feels a little bit stiffer. It feels a little bit cheaper than the KD12. The KD12 is just like literally straight up foam. So there's the insole, and then besides the full-length zoom strobel, the KD12 is using a bottom-loaded hex zoom in the heel, which is really small, and you couldn't really feel it at all. And then the KD13, they're using a bottom-loaded forefoot zoom in. It's a lot bigger. I would say it's around 2 to 3 times larger in surface area, but it's bottom-loaded in the forefoot, so I can't really feel it too much. That might change when I start like playing, when I start sprinting down the court and stuff, but as of right now, I can't really feel it too much. So the cushion feels basically the same besides the insole. Alright, moving on to the upper. So I don't know, I mean, both the 12 and the 13 weren't very nice. The one thing that I like is that they're both pretty damn thin, and they're both very pliable. So on foot it feels very minimal and feels pretty comfortable because it conforms to your foot really well. But then as far as the quality goes, it's just not nice. You know, the KD12 uses a screen mesh. You have the quad axial flywire and then an underlying material which is probably like a textile or something. The KD13, it feels actually a little bit thicker. Yeah, it feels a little bit thicker than the KD12. There is some fuse in the toe area. And then as far as the padding goes in the ankle, I would say the KD13 is a little bit thicker, especially around here on top of the ankle. Feels a little bit thicker, just a tiny bit, but they both seem pretty similar. But the tongue is something that I like way more in the KD12s. So the KD12, they have a fly knit tongue, which is slightly stretchy. It has a good amount more padding, I would say, even though the KD13 is still slightly padded. And the tongue just feels way more comfortable and a lot more quality than the KD13. So as far as the materials go, I would say I even like the KD12 material a little bit better. The KD13 just overall, like these wing pieces, this Nike swoosh, this overall like really flimsy, crappy feeling like textile material. The tongue isn't super nice. Like it's just like the material choice wasn't very good. As far as the fit goes, exact same. You know, go true to size. If you want a very snug fit, it's super snug in the toe area for both of the shoes. It's pretty damn narrow as well, so it's a perfect fit for me. I like to have a really snug fit. If you have a wide foot or you don't like to have a snug fit at all, I would suggest going up, probably a full size. That's how snug it is. And of course, like I said, the mid cut is pretty much the same. The tongue actually comes up like the same. You know, it's a very oversized tongue, which I like. All right, as far as the weight goes, what do you guys think? The KD13 and the KD12. I feel like the 13 is gonna be a little bit lighter. It feels lighter in the hand. KD13 is coming in at 12 ounces. And the KD12 is, I think, a little bit heavier, like 12 point something, 12.35. And so 0.3 ounces, not a huge deal. It probably has to do with like the plastic caging. But overall, I like how they kept like the material super minimal. And it gave you a little bit of padding in the ankle area. And the tongue is well padded as well in both of the shoes. And that's just how I like it, you know? Super thin material in the toe, nice tongue, and pretty well padded ankle area. That's the kind of like ratio I like to have in my shoes. And both of the shoes feel like bottom heavy, you know, like the foam and the caging and the outsole coming up here in the heel, especially in the KD13, it feels like Vans a little bit. They're obviously not as dramatic and drastic as Vans or Converse, but you definitely feel a little bit of bulk underneath your heel in both of the shoes. As far as the aesthetics go, I don't know, guys. The KD13 like really grew on me. I especially don't really like this colorway, but like in hand, I would say I like the KD13 a little bit better. And I would say the KD13, you can probably rock it off court and get away with it, you know, looking like a blazer or something. You know, the KD12 looks like a ball shoe, you know? Not that that's a bad thing, but like, if you want more of a casual look, like rocking some dunks, you know, I don't know. It just has that more streetwear vibe in the KD13. So in my opinion, I like the KD13 a little bit better. Tell us what you guys think looks better down in the comment section below. So yeah, as of right now, I'm liking the KD13 a little bit more. You know, besides the materials, I mean, on foot, the KD13 is not bad. You know, like I said, it's minimal and it conforms to your foot pretty well. But it's just like, in hand, it just feels really cheap. But so does the KD12. And then the cushion feels exactly the same. The one thing that I really like about the KD13 as of right now is the traction. And obviously, I haven't tried the KD13 on real like hardwood surfaces. It's just like on my wooden floors, but it feels a lot better than the KD12. And like I said, the KD12 had issues on dust for me, so it feels like an kind of upgraded version of the KD12 for me. You know, like if the traction is better, obviously it'll be better than the KD12, and everything else feels kind of the same. And they kept the price the same. So I'm liking the KD13 so far. Again, if you guys want to cop either of these shoes, I'll leave a link in the description box. The KD12 is probably on sale for like 110 bucks. So you can probably get a good deal right now. And the KD13 is just obviously full price, 150 bucks, or this color is 160. So that concludes this comparison video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.